two professionals.
I'm impressed. Once again, thank you for taking your time to come here in this wonderful weather. Without y'all, we couldn't do anything. And we just all need to help one another and stick together, stay together, and do what needs to be done. We did have a very good success with our cub hunt.
I mean, you can't word it that way, please. That's not good wording.
It was wonderful. I thought it was a great event.
No, about hunting the cubs.
Oh, no. Yeah, they may have hunted us, but I don't know. We had a great time. Anybody that went up there and checked it out, it was pretty remarkable seeing all those people up there in Avondale. And I just want to keep the momentum going forward for our events. You know, it takes time to be involved, and I understand that. But whatever time you can find to help out with council events and with district events when we get them back going, you know, just find something that you're comfortable with, even if it's just showing up, lending a hand to serve food or whatever. The only way we can be successful is all of us, you know, do the service that we need to do and stay vigilant on helping one another out. You know, everybody's got different ways of doing things, and I understand that, but any way is better than no way. And so let's just keep the momentum going forward into the new year, and looking forward to the bright opportunities that we have, and working with everybody. I still do have two committee positions open, if not three. One is finance, as always, and then outdoor. So if we think of anybody, we got some new faces here, if you think of anybody that can fill those needs, you know, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to, you know, help them out or give them whatever resources that are necessary, along with help from Keith and Tyrone and Mike Beer and whatever we can do to get my committee back up. And then we'll turn it over to Mr. Keith with commissioners.
So what's gonna come up, you know, next for commissioners is gonna be any help we can offer for Recharter. So what's December 15th is our date?
Yes.
So that's our due date. I know emails, I'm a key 3 on a unit, so I think last week I got the email of where to go do this, you know, make sure these are right. It's all online, if I'm not mistaken.
Unless you're changing sponsor or replacing.
Okay, so that's still a manual.
Who sent that
Right.
email?
Margaret.
I think it had Margaret's
Should be
name
from
on it.
It came from Margaret, but it was from like info, via info@scouting.org, like the Recruitment Area Council email.
So you might have missed it.
I don't have it.
Yeah, she's probably still sending out more, so.
Okay.
So it should be looking at, if you don't get it, just call, so.
Yeah, make sure that we write down Rob's name, make sure we follow.
It was sent November 1st.
Sent November
Sent
1st.
November 1st?
Yes.
I'll look back.
Yeah, we'll see if we'll see if we can get you.
But yeah, anybody, if there's a whole bunch of, we don't know, you know, that actually, some of that will go into, that's one of the big things we're gonna talk about, Roundtable, is maybe why some of that information is wrong. I don't know if they're linked together, but getting some of these things right. So Dirk, you think you're missing it too?
I didn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from info, let me see the exact.
Yes, info.
info@iacbsa.org is the email it's sent from.
Yeah, I just searched that.
Yeah.
Kristen said she had it, but I still should have got it. It's keep 3 on at least 2 units.
Yeah. So that's gonna be our, you know, just helping get that going. It gets easier every year, but there's always still a few people who struggle doing it, and so we'll, you know, I know Tyrone and Ron will be leaning on us to help get those in and timely manner and make sure the information's right and all that. And again, that's a couple things we'll cover in Roundtable. We'll talk about that some. Other than that, unit visits are good. I think between Stephen, Jason and I know at Cub, not Cub hunting. Cub haunting. I got touch base with about 10 different units, which was great. A lot of them ended up being Hammond Way or something like that, which is fine. It's all good information for the council and a bunch of little notes that will get entered and share with that. But anytime we're with a unit, a conversation about how they're doing, what they're doing, anything going on is good for everyone, counts as a visit.
And they really appreciate it. It's not like no one's, they're not terrified of it, they're encouraging of it. So, they let us know that, hey, we need this help and we'll bring them to help.
And that's lots of things going right. Some people need a few things, but that's what we're here for, is to help connect them to resources who can help them. It's not a commissioner, isn't a job of you have to fix all their problems. You're just a friendly face to help
Lead the
guide
way.
them in a direction and point them, or, you might have to drag them, but probably not. Or bring someone to them who can help them with their issues. And we all have the same issues, so some of us have experience, we can help with that.
All right, Tyrone, you want to do membership? You got anything to do?
Yeah, the biggest thing is, we still have some units, probably about 6 that still hadn't turned in their membership. And you can't try to put it in with the Recharter. I think that was a lot of them trying to do, is put it in with the Recharter, but you can't do it. So we're still working on those guys. Probably about 70-something units, 70-something youth away from where it was last year. So hopefully we got a lot of stuff cleaned up. So once we get all that cleaned up, and I think we'll be right there. At least hopefully we can have more kids that we had before last year. We got some new units also in the hopper, so I think most of them are gonna be for next year, to
And they're
make sure. Cubs, exploring,
Good.
and the troops.
Good.
So should be pretty good. But the biggest thing is getting it all cleaned up and just like keep saying, get ready for a recharge. That's gonna be very important.
Got it.
That is it.
You want to mention that idea we talked about with State Galaxy, after 205s, to do another, maybe larger one? I didn't get a chance to talk to Doug about it last night.
Well, if Doug, he owns Skate Galaxy, especially got a lot of schools in that area, and any school that we can, hopefully we can get him to keep on talk to him to where we can have a big recruiting at Skate Galaxy. And they can get a chance to skate a little bit, and hopefully we can get some youth.
He offered the facility Thanksgiving week, which is next week. And after we looked at it, it's like, no, we can't pull that off.
Yeah, it's too close.
In 2 weeks, especially with, the
Right.
kids getting off. So we talked about, we'll talk to him and see if he can do it maybe before Christmas or something like that.
Right.
Or after the new year, maybe there's a night we can go for an hour. And, anybody who's been hanging out that maybe we want to do a second chance or a third chance,
We can see.
something
Invite
like
him
that,
there.
we'll invite them there and we'll see if we can figure out a way to
We
to not
gotta,
make it hurt him to.
yeah, gotta make sure it fits him.
No,
You know,
absolutely.
and, get it, maybe we can do a climbing session, a laser tag session, a skating session, something like that, just, help it not cost him any money to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we could be there to,
Right.
take the trash out and
Right.
spray
Shine
paint,
shoes and all that stuff, so that wouldn't take a whole lot of people.
Right.
And I think there are plenty of us who are happy to do that. So we just talked about, if we're gonna do it for one unit, why don't we just open it up to anybody? So that's an option if you know of any who didn't do, the recruiting as thorough as they wanted to, they wanna offer another session. We're gonna try to do that. I'll try to get an answer for that.
Yeah, we just need an answer from him
Cause he'll
first.
be gone Monday, I know, so I won't be able to talk to him Monday, so I'll try to find that out.
Right.
Good deal.
This week, and we'll share that with everybody.
And we made any inroads in the Denham Springs, and we figured
I
out
don't know,
anything.
Brad, anything about them springs that we
For recruitment,
recruit?
not right now, the biggest thing with me has been trying to get into the schools. As far as private companies, I don't know any right now, but I'm trying to join the Kiwanis clubs and stuff over there to make sure we can get more presence out there.
Gotcha. So you're just trying to get the support in place and then.
It's like a slow
That's
process.
my biggest
Yeah,
thing.
same thing like,
Yes.
same thing like with units, making sure everything.
And I'm gonna get into is we're gonna make that foundation there, cause right now there's
There's nothing
nothing.
Right.
there. And there should be a ton.
Right.
All right, Mr. Peter. Ready.
Alright, our training, we're down to 48% of our leaders trained. We just need to get that up. Youth protection, we're 97.5, there's 18 people that have not, that are not currently in youth protection. They've taken it, but it's expired. There's 18 of them in different units throughout the district. Of our trained leaders, we have 7 out of 19 of the Cub Masters are not listed as trained, and 10 of the 22 Scout Masters are not listed as trained. So we need to work on getting those folks trained.
And did anybody do the online Blue and IOLS? Do we have any numbers on it? Anybody took
I
any?
don't know what those accounts are.
The forward from this position specific the other night. Keith, you said there were 4 of y'all on the call?
I think there was 4 of us. Supposedly there were they seem to think there were 11 signed up, and so 7 not showing up would be very odd.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
was,
so-
I know that was in the newsletter.
Yeah.
It was available to everybody from that outlet.
And it was an hour and, little under 2 hours, like an hour and 45 minutes, something like that. Position specific for committee chairman and scoutmaster. And it covered
Most
enough. I'd have to, not to pick on somebody, it was thorough enough that I would have to go line by line and say it wasn't acceptable.
right.
Or say something was missed, but Tom did a good job with it, covered. So, if we have anybody interested in taking or offering those, it seems to be a decently effective way to do it. Maybe especially if it's just 4 people, it's
There's
4
no use
people
in
sitting
rolling
around an
out.
electronic table, it's pretty simple to do.
Yeah,
As opposed to doing it online.
Yeah, as opposed to, and that's what we were able to ask questions and talk a little bit. It made it a lot more, basically the same amount of time. And, we got a little bit of discussion between us. And one nice piece was, I think if you do those online, it's like an hour and 45 minutes. You stretch it to 2 hours. Now you've got both, and as Tom pointed out,
yeah,
we have most of our units have issues where we're trading around jobs at times. Okay, now you're trained for 2 jobs. So if
You
from
can go
year
both
to year,
ways.
you need to do one just because that's what keeps the unit going, then you're trained for it.
Yeah,
These numbers with the trained and not trained, they're somewhat misleading because it's gonna say Peter Davidson, Scoutmaster Troop 136, Peter Davidson, Merit Badge Counselor,
yeah,
Peter Davidson, Unit Commissioner.
right,
It's got all of your things, and so you're listening in there multiple times,
Right.
and most of us are.
yeah.
For example, it says we've got 348 trained leaders. We don't have 348
Right.
scouters in this
Right.
district, so.
So if you're short on one, does it ding you on all of them?
No, you have to be fully trained for that particular position.
Okay.
But like if you took, if your youth protection is expired, you'll count 8 times against the number.
Right, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
oh, and probably same thing for
And
weather hazard?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like I know I'm out on weather hazard.
Right.
Right.
Do that.
So you're getting hit, I'm getting
That's
hit
not
for that.
required for commissioner
Right.
or.
Right, for Scoutmaster.
Scoutmaster,
there's-
you know, for the,
So that's somewhat misleading at 48%.
Right, that's the way they got it. written.
it's the way it's measured.
So,
It's the measure we have.
alright. Upcoming events. LSU football parking will be the 18th and the 25th, right?
Right.
How we doing with numbers? We getting people out there for you?
Right now, I have 15 people signed up for the 18th and less for the 25th, so.
Okay.
And I can use up to 90, so
Yeah,
75 more people can come. I need at least,
70?
I need at least,
If you got a 70, out.
oh,
Every job, right,
if I got 30 more, I'd be happy.
right.
30 more. So everybody here that, everybody need money?
On the 18th, the all-day shift starts at 7 in the morning. They get paid $90 and they work till 5:30 in the evening. The half-day shift starts at noon. They work till 5:30, they get $60.
That's good money, y'all, and I mean, if you've got kids thinking about going high adventure, you got kids, I mean, look, use it. You know,
And
think about
if
Recharter.
parents come, you know, if the kid comes and his parents come, that's $180 if they work
Right,
all day.
it adds up. I mean, I'll tell my story, my kid and I sent him to a jamboree and a half. Parking cars 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That was about 3 seasons, 3.5 seasons, and we did 2 jamborees, so it works.
It works, you can do it.
It definitely does help.
The game on the 25th, we start at 6:30 in the morning, all shifts. You get off at 11:30, and the pay there is $55 a head.
Okay.
So that one, I mean, it doesn't even mess up the day, really.
No,
And I do appreciate the 5:30, a little bit early. It's a little tough to do that by 6 when it's after the time change and it's dark.
yeah,
It's
very
a little tough.
difficult. And then you got LSU Scout Day, so even if you come out to park for the 18th, you can go to the game afterward, so that seems like a pretty good deal. Roadkill 5K run on the 18th, Interfaith Retreat, December 8th through the 10th. Of course, Troop Winter Camp, December 27th through the 30th. And if anybody's interested, we got wood bags.
For the winter camp, tomorrow is the last day to sign up at the reduced rate. It goes from $250 to $310. So if you want to go, sign up tomorrow.
And with the Roadkill 5K, it's gonna be postponed for now. We're looking at moving it into January because of the lack of registrations we have right now. We were looking at doing it in December, but with so much going on, we're thinking we're just gonna.
Yeah, and December's a hard month, I mean.
Does the interfaith retreat
Yeah.
come up a little bit? Is
Well,
it still?
just need more people to register. Hopefully, if we get 150 people, 100 to 150, we still gonna have it. Hopefully with all the councils in Louisiana, we have enough. So just need everyone to register.
Yeah, we just need to get the word out, and I think it's a great event. I think that, that was one on my bucket list, but unfortunately I got a wedding in Ruston and a soccer tournament in Monroe, so that weekend, but otherwise, I'd love to see it back, I'd love to participate, and, one of those things in the future, I definitely want to.
Interfaith, it's gonna be, all the meals are there, so you just come and camp and
Yeah, you just come and camp, I mean, it's,
enjoy the activities.
And that's,
and aren't they offering, religious emblem training too as well?
Yeah, so yeah.
So, I mean, it's a win-win, I mean,
Yeah, just hopefully, with all the councils, even ours, they register, so we'll see.
you've got, and what weekend is that?
Eight,
Okay,
10, 9,
so
10.
the weekend before that, you've got winter OA ordeal.
yeah,
So anybody who got elected, or if you haven't had an election this year, an opportunity, in fact, like, I think, I think we're doing one in a couple of weeks, just, push it as long as we can to get as many
yeah, get them there the weekend before, I mean,
just tell them, hey, look, if you get elected, you can go this weekend or you can go next, but, it helps grow that group as well. So that'll be the first weekend in December, so anybody hanging out or needing an election, if you need some help figuring out how to do that, a couple of us can help you with
yeah,
that.
I think they had one scheduled, I think for mine last night, but.
Yeah, I think, so Steve, you said you're tomorrow night, 2:05 is 2 weeks from last night.
I'm gonna be honest, it was real hard to get first-class scouts
Yeah.
with 20 nights of camping.
I think 2:05 only had one, and I'm not sure we've seen him in 2 months.
And I mean, I packed the whole front end of our troop calendar with camp rides, and just to be able to pick up those days, so. It's just a perplexing time for us right now. Old business, I think I touched on it, finance membership and program. Like I said, we are very easy to work with, and your commitment really isn't a whole lot other than helping us put on these events and going and ask people for money. So, if you're interested, just let us know. We'd be more than happy to help you out. New business, popcorn pickup is tomorrow. Tyrone, you got anything to add to that?
Yes, well, first I'd like to thank, the Davidsons, and, Red and Keith. We, got everything organized, for tomorrow. All the units will, pick up tomorrow from 9 to 12. Hopefully have all the popcorn out. Also, the payments are due tomorrow
Payments are due with the popcorn
with the
pickup.
popcorn pickup, so far everything's good, going together.
Okay, good deal.
That's for the additional percentage, right?
The additional percent, yes.
I think the actual
Pay on
deadline
time,
is like in
right.
October, December. not
Yeah.
October.
Yeah,
Pay on
Tyrone, you
time.
said between 9 and 12?
Yes, tomorrow.
Mike Diamond told me to be there at 12:30.
Well,
That's not your scheduled time.
well, that's fine, we'll be there.
Scheduled time.
Well, we'll be there.
Correct
We'll be
now.
there.
Tell me what the correct time
It is 12:30.
Yeah, it might be 12:30,
It was either
so,
12 or 12:30 was my time.
yeah. But we'll be there, no
I
problem.
wanna say it's 12:30.
Well, you said you were gonna be at 12.
Yeah,
That's why I
we'll be there.
concerned.
But we'll be there, because
Trying to sneak out.
I know 2 out of the 3 people that pick it up at 12:30 is Ron
we'll be
Paul.
there.
Okay.
Look,
And I think Michael Diamond was the 3rd.
Okay.
I ain't leave there to 3, so look.
Ain't leaving there till Popcorn's gone, right?
They don't want to drag it back to the office.
Right, no, we'll be there, so no problem.
and then, Recharter, which we're gonna touch on, is our new business, and Keith's gonna touch on some of Recharter stuff after our break, so. Thank y'all for hanging in there and listening, and Keith's gonna be up next.
Do we have any word on a possible Weebles Woods? I've been on call the last couple of weeks, so, or the last couple of months.
I didn't even look, I kinda just, because I don't have a program person, I'm kinda leaving everything to council.
But if we council wide.
So we're trying to make everything council. So check, keep reading your newsletters that we're sending out, and we'll definitely probably, what do you think, it's gonna be, we'll do it in March?
Yeah, we're looking to see, but, you know, right now, do a district, the max we had was just 25.
Yeah, so we get a better turnout of everybody. Everybody loves to work council for whatever reason, back out.
Yeah.
12:30. 12:30.
I mean, what you wanna do, and I can do it.
The PDF is like 2018.
24/7 on the go all the time. Shopify makes it very easy to be on the go and connected with my store. My name is Chef Jamoke Jackson, aka Mr. Foodtastic. I am a creator. I also dabble in all things food. My very first product on Shopify was my spice line. It's literally took me a day to get up and running. I can take a picture, write a description, upload it, and I can have a new product in the store in under 5 minutes. It's very easy, step-by-step instructions, lots of tutorials, lots of support. It's very time-saving, which is crucial as an entrepreneur. Start your online store today, powered by Shopify.
So you sent him for X-ray, and X-ray check sent back that said that there was a leg. He wants to.
All right, before we get started on the recruiting and via Scout, we've got a little extra presentation we need for one of our scouters to finish up his wood badge project. So Rob, you want to come give us the story?
I'm just staying from here. So Dustin is our assistant cub master for the pack, and Dustin wanted to help our scouts be able to afford scouting much easier than what we were able to do through Popcorn. And so he's got a little presentation on some fundraising that he's managed to find, and some things are a little different. At least one of them I've never heard before until we found it. They found it.
Cool dude. Zero.
So wherever you're comfortable.
Really be comfortable with my truck at home.
And also a lot of TikTok videos get made in the
I
truck.
also should add that I kind of pushed him to this ticket because I knew how much he loved talking in front of people.
Great. Alright, my name is Dustin McInnes. I am with Pack 226 and now 76, the troop with Rob. So unfortunately, Rob suckers me into a lot of things. If y'all know Rob, that happens a lot.
I always say no.
I used to. Yeah, that don't work. So I got 2 kids in scouting. I also have 2 daughters in dancing, and my other son is in sports. So limited funds available to me.
Right.
All the time in the world, limited funds. So when I did Wood Badge, my thing was how can I pay for scouting and activities and stuff. So fundraising. So as I know, all we do is Popcorn is a big district. So I know other packs and troops do little small things, but nobody has a big idea of anything for the whole district. So I came up with some ideas myself. Rob helped with some ideas, and I got some information together. So everybody knows the popcorn routine. We're just finishing that up. Another one Rob suggested to me was the Christmas wreaths. I'm sure y'all have all done that for Sherwood Farms, nonprofit. Best time to run is in September through October. They do have specific deadlines to determine to determine the delivery date. Can do a show and sell, can do an order form, basic like that. Another one y'all might be familiar with is the meat sticks, through Country Meats. I am a collision repair guy, so I deal with tool trucks and stuff like that. So one of my tool vendors actually sells a different brand of meat sticks. It is 10 times better tasting than the Country Meats.
What's the brand?
The brand is Wenzel Farms. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They do wholesale to a nonprofit. You'll be able to buy that wholesale. So with the Wenzel Farms, they don't have anything pre-made like Country Meats does, so they don't have any order forms or anything like that. There you go. So they don't have anything pre-made, so no order form, so you would have to design all that yourself, either do a storefront or a take-home order sheet to sell. Basically, they're about the same price as Country Meats. Tastes a whole lot better in my opinion. We actually had a little round table when I brought it up, and everybody loved the Wenzel Farms. They're about $1.78 per 2 ounce. Wholesale, so you get 2 sticks in one package, or an ounce a piece. And my guy that I buy them for, he sells them for $3 a stick. And the Country Meats are about 75 cents per 1 ounce wholesale, and $1.50 suggested retail price. So about the same price. So we had that. So the next one I had found, and I have actually did this one through a school. Get this to school. And it was a Coca-Cola fundraiser. I don't know if anybody's ever seen a fundraiser through Coca-Cola. When my son was in kindergarten or first grade, the school had a Coca-Cola fundraiser. So what they do is they take their products and they discount them to you to sell, and they also, it's a discounted product towards the consumer. That I have I emailed Courtney Krause. She is the business development manager for the local Coca-Cola warehouse. So what it is you basically pre-sell the product using an order form. Payment for goods are collected at time of delivery. They need about 2 weeks advance notice of when you want the products delivered. Money is paid directly to the delivery driver, so you don't have to mail checks or anything like that, wait for it to clear. Pays directly to him. There's no limit on how much can be sold. The only thing they ask technically is it's not for resale.
Right.
So you can't sell to an existing Coca-Cola business.
How are their rules or whatever, like if you were to do, like say if you did your son is in sports, you go do his baseball game. Are they funny on that? When you say no
I would
resale?
assume so, because they're, a lot of times the sporting events already have.
Yeah, they already have a
contract
deal, but
with-
if they didn't,
I wouldn't
any
see
idea?
why
I
not.
thought it said you shouldn't resell.
Right.
Right,
You
that's what I'm
typically
just-
should not resell.
just don't resell it all.
Yes.
This is for delivery to an end person.
Correct. Family functions,
Right.
Christmas, Thanksgiving would be a great time, 2 weeks prior to each one. I would think Easter, big holidays maybe, would be the best.
Tyrone, for the same event, Coke is always very helpful with signage,
Correct.
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
So if you're
Okay,
doing a
so-
fundraiser or something like that,
Right.
you may be able to ask Coke for signs.
Yeah,
And they'll-
They do have the
they'll help you
pre-made
with that.
order forms already.
No, I mean, they'll do big vinyl signs
Yeah, right, correct, that too.
at no cost for you.
Right. So they offer special pricing, like I said, on select Coke products. It's not just Coke, it's Coke, Dr. Pepper, anything they sell basically almost. I don't know if you can get one up. I have one in my email.
Yeah, don't think so. Hell no. They try.
So normally on the products, it says you make a $5 to $6 per product profit on everything. So what I looked at is typically the Coke you buy it for you sell it for $24.
There's your banner, the Trenton High School banner.
Yeah. The Coca-Cola, it's 20-ounce bottles for $24, and you get 20 of them in a case. 24 in a case. So it's basically $1 bottle to the consumer, and they charge you $17.50 or $45 a quarter, something like that. So you make a nice little profit.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, any questions? And if anybody needs any information, I have her contact information.
So maybe if you do a Pinewood Derby or something, you know, if you've got a big pack and Pinewood Derby's gonna be 2 or 3 hours long.
Correct. So I have all Courtney's information. I'll be happy to share that. Winslow Farms, you just go to their website. They have a wholesale area with prices and everything like that. They do sell more than the meat sticks. They sell jerky, all kinds of cured ham products and everything like that. Sausages, gift boxes, things like that.
Which one is the least work, and which one did we not select in the survey?
We actually did a
which don't
survey
you
with
do
our
again?
pack. Only got about 14 of the adults to click on the survey. In my opinion, the Coca-Cola would be the easiest one to recommend. For some reason, the parents, without all the information, selected the meat sticks, which would be a whole lot of work.
But maybe,
It's also
you know,
world's finest chocolate too, yeah.
I mean, if you do the meat sticks once, you probably,
Right.
you know, it's
To me-
hard the first time.
Yes, to judge your product and everything like that. You do have to buy in bulk, so I mean, you don't know how much you're gonna sell and get stuck with it.
Right.
You could go outside of a store, do a little store pop-up or anything like that.
Or do the pre-sale like we do on popcorn.
Correct.
These are our choices, here's a picture,
Right.
how many, these are the prices,
Right,
then make the order. So yeah, it's definitely more work, but once you get the process down,
yeah, once you get the process, it
it
should.
probably wouldn't be nearly as bad the second time.
Right,
The Cub Pack out of Central did the meat sticks and they sold out in a matter of no time, put a second order.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
like I said, with the Coca-Cola, they drop it off to a specific destination. And to me, you just have them drop off and then you schedule your parents or whoever to come pick up right after they drop off.
That's
And that would be easy peasy. You keep your profit, you just pay the delivery driver whatever he's made, so. Any other questions? That's it, I am done. Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Tyrone, we have another council fundraiser that's flashlights, right?
The harbor lights, so, and also for the next year we'll have camp cars also too. So the harbor lights we have, camp cars, hopefully and popcorn. So that's the harbor lights.
And
So, we're not doing, the knives.
Yeah.
One year, there was somebody that did, knives.
Yeah, that was just 1 year, but the harbor lights are a really good fundraiser. The Showa is knocking it out of the park with the harbor lights. And they're good, they charge everything, even when we go through a storm, they still charge. You know, they solar charge, but they're real good. I mean, hopefully that the whole council get into it, but the Showa, I mean, they knocked it out the park.
There's still, we can still do this? Hybrid lights right now, or?
Right now, we only got a few left, closing everything out.
Alright,
But hopefully, you know, we get more for next year that everyone jumps on board with it. Because it's just like popcorn, you do it right, you can do it show and sell. You know, a lot of the show units, they do it show and sell. And they do it just like the popcorn, you know.
So it's we're doing it as the council is buying them and the units then get them from the council?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Same way.
there was also an order form, at least the first year we did it, we could do kind of a take home, get an order form, and it would be shipped.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, the previous page mentioned an online,
Yeah.
you know, you could do an online store basically.
I can't say enough how bright these things are.
They're awesome.
And don't give the headlight to Cub Scouts.
Do not, do not.
Okay?
They're awesome. I think a lot of people just got to see it. You can't think of it as just like a regular flashlight, because it's not a regular flashlight.
And it does charge your phone, it won't
Right,
charge
charge
it
your phone.
fully, but you know.
Oh, it's LEDs, yeah, no wonder they're bright, yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
And the solar panel does charge it during the day, if you leave it out, it will charge it for the day, so.
Charge. But we'll look more into it, hopefully more units will jump on board. Because
So,
like I said, with popcorn, everybody knows popcorn, we got hybrid lights, we got the LSU parking, you know, and hopefully we'll have camp cars, I think Michael wanted that too. So we're trying to find ways that the units, when it's recharter time, they gotta go to camp, or high adventure, that you have the funds. Cause like when we do recruiting, you might have, that should be the only time that family paid. The rest, nothing should come out your pocket. If you use everything we have, you know.
so this is a national program, is that right?
No, it's through, I think Michael's friends with the guy.
Okay,
And it's through, you know, every council don't do harbor lights, you know, but I know, Lake Charles, us, I know we doing it.
so how did the word get out that Neshoba jumped on this? Any
Well, we've
idea?
been doing it, this is probably about the third or fourth year we've been doing it.
Yeah,
And
we did do it.
everybody tried it, but Neshoba keep rolling with it, you know, they keep rolling with it. So we just got to get the word out. Cause like Rob was saying, it's just not a regular flashlight, you know? And I think that's what a lot of people think is regular, but it's not.
And they've got multiple choices
Oh, multiple
on
choices,
different
yeah.
kinds of units at different prices.
Yeah, different price choice. I think the packet with everything is like $300 with everything.
So I will tell you a funny story about this. Sold one to my dad, and had
Okay,
it shipped. So he gets the tracking number, and you're watching the flashlight went to Hawaii. Left out of the continental United States, went to Hawaii, and then got shipped back to New Orleans to get to his house.
yeah.
So their shipping may not be the
Right.
best in the world,
That's good, but he got it, huh?
Yeah.
Right,
just in time for
right.
item.
Just a time for item.
That's cool stuff.
Well, that's useful.
Thank you.
Cool, okay, so lots of fundraisers, a couple of other ideas. You know, I mean, we do say scouting can be expensive, but we've got options to help that.
Right.
And we just gotta keep talking about that. And, you know, here's Peter, you've got 90 slots
Nice.
is like, and we've got 15 filled.
Right.
So that's 75 people who can get $60 for a half day's work. And it's not bad work. It's a little rough once it's, when it's 95, but, since it never rains in Tiger Stadium, you don't ever get wet.
No.
It doesn't rain in Tiger Stadium.
parking's outside.
See, now here y'all gotta do, bring it down. I had it going that you'd never get wet.
In this game, we get a bonus, we get off at 5:30 instead of 7:15.
Right. So really, every option we can promote these, it's good for everyone. We're doing a little community service, we're, and it is, what we do is valued. Getting people in the right spots. LSU values it, I know. About a third of the people who come in value it. Some of them don't. But they understand why we're there. But, the option is, there are many options to help pay scouting bills. Recharter, be a scout. So this came up just, total, we were talking in the back, who's gotten the email, whatever. I've been an ASM in my unit for 15 years. And, we all have the number of adults being willing to volunteer go down. So it's okay. I'm one of 3 or 4 committed ones. So, y'all put me wherever on the paper you need to put me. So I get the email, or I started getting some emails and then back getting them as district commissioner. So we had the discussion the other day of what's the right stuff in the online recruiting for people that are just coming out of nowhere. And same sort of thing, if you're not on the right list, where does it go? Who does what with it? So there's a couple, back in the summer, it used to be Brian on Scouting, and now I think Aaron on Scouting, or however they call it. But a document here we can send out with a couple of points on it. But the point is, all of our units should be properly represented on this, because it's a no-brainer. You do it one time, and it's the way the public can find you. We talk about we need national, doing some promotions and things like that. Well, this is one small version of that.
I don't think we utilize it enough.
Right, we don't. So you want to be a scout. So make sure you've got your key 3 listed. Make sure your key 3 looks at it. Make sure someone does something.
And make sure that all your information is correct.
Right. There were on the Aaron on Scouting, a couple of, they had a couple of different suggestions of information you may or may not want to put there. With Cubs, you may not want to put time and place that you need.
Because it could be different for each
Right.
bank.
That may be something just from a protection standpoint, you want to be careful what you do. Older scout programs, you may be a little bit more comfortable doing that. But, so you've got the spot, who to contact, phone number, email. So it's on your My Scouting. If you're one of the key 3, you have access to this. If none of your key 3 do, then you got the wrong key 3 listed.
Right.
So that's a different thing to fix.
And then you should be able to create a login
Right.
and be able to fix it.
So, it's got your key 3 listed. So anytime, under unit pin, anytime someone pops on you, all three of you
Get an email.
should get an email to say, okay, go look. You've got the spots to put in, some other sites, some, Facebook links.
There he is, number one.
Right.
Look at number one, he got number one.
Because it's our zip code.
And then, but in order for this to work, stuff's gotta be
Right, the stuff's gotta be there and someone needs to look at it. Right now,
And this needs to be checked.
yes,
Yes,
yeah, and, both of those that you want to publish yourself there, because probably by default, that's a no. And you want to allow people to apply.
You don't have to have them apply online. You can just, request more information. You'll just get an email asking for more information. You can then do a paper application if wanted.
Yeah, when they request more information, they show up on your invitation manager.
right, they
Right.
get on the invitation,
And you
man.
can send them a link too, if they request more information, you talk to them and you decide you want them to apply. You can send them a link from the invitation manager, just fill out the
Yeah, right.
application, y'all can approve it right there.
Right,
I know that's been a godsend for a lot of my units, is just being able to open that up and one of the key three can just accept. They're in.
right, so, the whole paper thing, we really have a way to not use the whole paper thing that works pretty well.
The biggest problem is you can't collect your unit dues through this. They can only pay their nationals and stuff,
Right,
council stuff.
Correct,
So if you need unit dues from them, you have no mechanism to collect them unless you go to them. And so that's why online is off for me, because I won't accept anybody if they're not gonna pay their unit dues. I can't afford that.
So how could you deal with that before you send the invitation?
Well, I'm just saying, online allows them to pay online, but it only allows them to pay national and the council.
Right,
Doesn't allow-
but you don't have to send them an invitation until,
Right.
and sure,
Right.
it's trustworthy, right? That they may not pay you,
And that's more important for the Cub Pack than,
And you can turn off that apply now option.
yeah.
but that is a good point. You need to be prepared to deal with that somehow. Maybe you want to make the point of, look, first meeting you show up, this is what we've got to have. So your approval is kind of tentative until that. Or if you spread out, payments over, however you handle your unit payments, you need a way in here, in this process to deal with that.
And you have to approve them as well before they can actually be
Right.
registered.
So theoretically, you should be able to kind of get them pre-approved, have them come to a meeting, collect their unit dues,
And then approve.
and then approve their membership. So great point, Rob, to be prepared to deal with that.
Just a thing to be aware of.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for that.
especially with Cubs,
Right.
because they'd be like, I paid for it.
No, you only pay for part. So that's just something to be very clear about. So maybe, before your invitation, in your first conversations with them, so Rob, do y'all have a unit one sheet?
Yeah.
So, send them the one sheet that lays all this stuff out. These are the things we need from you at the times. Here's money, here's what we expect from you, whatever your rules, your meeting schedule. You can do all of that stuff in advance. But yeah, that is a great point to bring that up. But even, just if you want to skip all that, just bare minimum, get your unit leaders right and enable it. And you don't have to allow them to join online, but at least
At least have the information.
have the information, a person they
and the
can
right
contact,
information.
and then make sure, between the three of your key three, that someone is doing something with them.
And see, the reason I brought this to our attention was because I had a parent, and I told y'all this the other night, that I had a parent reach out to my wife saying their kids wanted to join scouting. And they went to do the pin for this, for our troop, and no one got any information.
Right.
We have a new scoutmaster and a new committee chair. So our key three is all new. So all the information was being sent to somebody who's no longer involved with the troop. And so that's why I was like, whoa, we gotta get our hands on this. And I hadn't followed up with my troop yet, but I'm hoping they did it. I mean,
We could look it up right now.
Don't do it.
But actually, so 70816-205 ought to come up. If I got it, I must have fixed 205.
You got it?
Yeah, I got one.
You got one. And y'all, with Cubs, this is especially important. If we're not beating down the doors in schools, this is the only way they know.
Right. They hear scouts somewhere, and, if how to become a scout, at least National is getting this in the search engines to find it.
And I think we had a discussion a couple months back about if you log into the Struma Area Council website, it should say, you want to become a scout?
Right. So, the PAC one, yeah, I need to change the PAC one because Wesley's not involved anymore.
Right.
So, that one's on me, same thing. The troop, we might have okay.
Doesn't have contact.
Yeah, doesn't have a contact. Youth information.
So you can, okay, that's a good question.
I think if you submit that, it goes to the council office.
It goes to the invitation manager
So
and
then
through
if
the
it goes to
council
the
office.
council office, that's whenever you get the leads report from council.
Okay,
But you can do away with interfering.
yeah,
with
we
council
can skip the council
and
part.
go straight to you.
Yeah.
And you probably have a faster reaction time to jump on.
So that's me. Yeah, I need to go fix both of those. Perfect example. One goes to someone who's not really involved and the other one goes through the council office. And so then we have, and I'm sure there are a lot like this. So that
I'm telling you,
means
there's a lot
Margaret
like
goes
this.
through
Y'all need to
and
find
has to
this.
sort these out. And look, this can be, it doesn't have to be your key three. Assign that, ask a parent to do that. Just go look
Monitor watch.
and, go watch it and come up with a couple of, forms you can send to the interested party. And, it's not too hard to give a response.
Gmail will give you anything.
Back up,
I mean, they'll give you anything.
contact Steve Kim,
That's for the PAC.
that's for the PAC, okay.
But it looks like we've been taken off. Because it should be Troop 478 should be next.
Right.
Yeah, let's see what 769 look like, y'all. Pull up BSA 769. I can guarantee that information is still.
Oh, you may be out of it. No,
No, I'm out of it because you're in wrong zip code.
no, we still, Troop 478 disappeared.
Mm-hmm. It's gone.
So maybe maybe their button isn't checked.
Was before. We didn't change it.
That's a great question. What happened
Which
to
means
it?
you gotta go check.
Right.
There's,
So there it is, there it is.
We're back.
78, look, there you are. 6.3 miles away. Look at that, Stephen Beatty right there.
Right there
With a phone number.
and everything.
what number are you looking for?
769.
0769.
There it is.
There it is. Who is it? Do
Matthew
something.
Green.
Hey, oh, many people listen. Right on. Still got the website?
Got a website.
Yeah, I got a website. It works.
Just great.
Nice website.
Oh, yeah, we're first to that.
Yeah.
10 years or more.
Yeah, but we run like all of our advancement through Scout Button now, so. Look at that, 76.
And I know,
Is that right?
you know, for,
Good look, right?
a district person, you know, certainly it would be another good step that if we know anyone interested in managing these at the recruiting at the district level, or not, I mean, we really don't even have to call it recruiting. It can be a very simple thing of just watch this for the district, get the emails, and if somebody asks for information, help them out. You know, that's a pretty simple task, doesn't take a lot of time, so anybody comes up with anybody, hey, you know, yeah, I've got, you know, 5 minutes a week. Okay, you can probably do this in 5 or 10 minutes a week. I mean, just this part, just this. I'm not saying recruiting.
Right. We're just talking about keeping up with pins.
Yeah, just keeping up with the pins. There's a couple of other tutorials out there. That one looked a little bit old, just on the date, but it may be,
It hasn't changed.
it may still be
So-
correct. Like, I didn't know if, you know, they mentioned like you can put in a phone number and maybe select it, maybe not.
Yeah, that's the same,
Um,
because it's right here.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty much the same.
So not hard to do, plenty of tutorials. There's a whole unit, yeah, the first one on the left, really walks you through the whole process and all the different pieces and what you should expect in each one. And that one's a little bit more current, so I think it looks exactly the same. And it tells you, you know, who you should expect to, who will be there by default, who can change things.
Position manager. And Jimmy, when we're doing a YouTube video, can we just have like a link to that?
Yeah, I could put links in the description.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
And
links-
each of these, you know, notice each of these is a little video as well. So good instructions on how to do it. And like we talked about, you can delegate someone to do this
Right.
as your key three. So, you know, that's an easy parent role of, hey, can some parent just go take care of this for us? Simple, single task and take something off of, you know, the key three.
I show up there.
Mine sometimes stop to let the kid out the car. Sometimes I throw my.
Then, you know, it explains a little bit more like invitation manager. That's where inquiries from Be a Scout come into invitation manager. And the email will give you the link for it when you get that.
Mommy gotta go there.
You can also put someone in there manually. So if, you know, Jason's, you know, friend's asking his wife, okay, you can add that in there so that you can start tracking them and send them an invitation. You can generate QR codes out of it. Have y'all done the QR code drive?
No.
In the
I know how to do them for.
I'm just curious if people think that's easier or,
For quick access from
had-
the phone, yeah.
I'd have to ask Kristen, but I think we had them for youth-to-youth recruitment cards. I think, I'm not sure. She probably told me.
That's kind of brilliant. What, do the kids carry it around their phone and say?
Yeah, just it's a business card.
yeah, with the QR code printed on it. And yeah, you know, wanna join us, here's the
This is not the
cost.
first time y'all should be hearing this. I know I said this multiple times up in the front when I was in your position.
Well, I didn't go to meetings.
We didn't listen to you.
But no, yeah, we did have youth cards with the QR codes on. So it just adds your emblem with the QR code, the parents can scan it.
And anybody can grab that from the invitation manager, the QR code with request more information.
But it's unique to you, right?
Yes,
It's unique to your pack or.
Yeah.
it's unique to whatever you put as the web address. So like in his case, he can have go to their webpage,
Right.
Facebook page, or to here, wherever you want to put the QR code.
So that was kind of the point of, you know, we've got lots of misunderstandings and, you know, this is a no-brainer for,
Yeah, this is.
The general
it's
public and-
housekeeping here.
you know, if somebody's looking, here's how they find you. And, you know, we're all, you know, ultimately we're all recruiting for the program itself, right? So if the answer is somebody hits yours and they don't seem to be a fit, let me know.
That's
you know, let some of us know. We'll find them a unit that makes sense for them. You know, for sure, don't chase them off. You know, if it doesn't seem to work for your unit, let's find them a unit that might work. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns?
Problem.
Anything like that? But get your key 3 right in every place that you can.
Yep.
Because
It makes a difference.
it makes a difference in places that you don't really expect. So that's a Recharter thing. Make sure the key 3 is right.
That's kind of a Recharter thing. That's like the foresight to go into Recharter.
Yeah.
Have your stuff done. Right,
That's all I got.
round them up. This meeting is now dismissed.
Adjourned.
Thank you all so much for coming. Once again, thank you for being leaders, thank you for being volunteers. Thank you for everything you do for
Quick,
us.
raise a hands type survey.
Summer camp packet.
Anything,
Well,
December, do we want to
we
do?
just got in-cap stuff straight, so,
like, do we have a leader's guide or anything coming up?
yeah, we're trying to put that same